Do you remember what we worked on previous session? So we worked on a very useful point in learning English. Phrasal verbs. Okay, so we learned some phrasal verbs in order to use them in our speaking. I know that you're really interested to know them because they are easy but difficult, you know. You have to just pay attention to the particles, okay? So what's a particle? Okay, I'm going to just tell you. But before that, if you're interested to watch the previous session, touch the link above, okay? In this link, you can find a number of phrasal verbs which are really useful to learn, okay? So let's get started. Now we're gonna go for some new phrasal verbs. Okay, what's a phrasal verb? Phrasal verb is a verb that consists of a verb here as the first part of it and a particle or two or three particles. Okay, particle is a preposition which comes along with the phrasal verb. So, eat. You know the verb eat, okay? Eat an apple, eat the dinner, or whatever you consume, you eat that. So this is a normal verb that you might be familiar with. However, so here there is out. Okay, if we mix these two vocab, there will be a phrasal verb like eat out, eat out. So eat out means to eat at a restaurant. Okay, to eat at a restaurant. So if you watched the previous session, I told you some points about separable and inseparable phrasal verbs, okay? Some phrasal verbs are separable. It means you can put an object here between the verb and the particle. But some of them are inseparable, okay? Eat out is inseparable. So we cannot separate them and put an object here. So we should say just eat out. Eat it out is just wrong. So eat at a restaurant is called eat out. Let's go for the opposite of that. So eat out is to eat at a restaurant. How about eat in? Eat in means eat at home. Okay, which one do you prefer? Eating out or eating in? Actually, in my case, I enjoy eating in, okay? But sometimes I eat out, okay? Sometimes this is good in order to have some variety in your life and spice up your life and moments, okay? So it means to have some enjoyable moments, to spice up your life, means to make your life interesting. So again, spice up is a phrasal verb. Spice up, okay? So, you know the meaning of spice. Spice. These are some powders, okay? The type of powder which we add to the food in order to make that delicious, in order to add flavor to that, okay? We call that spice. However, if we just put up here, it is spice up. It means to make a situation interesting, okay? So spice up. Let's see, let's not sway from the subject. Okay, we're just beating around the bush. Let's go to our example. So eat out, eat at a restaurant, and eat in. It means to eat at home. Let's go to the example. I eat out once a week. Okay, I eat out once a week. It means I eat at a restaurant once a week, okay? Both of them are correct. Just you can use these phrasal verbs in this case, and you know that if you use a phrasal verb, your speaking is gonna seem much more natural. So let's go to the second phrasal verb. Okay, the second phrasal verb of this session, it is carry on. Okay, so what's the meaning of carry? So carry means to hold something in your hand, okay, to hold something in your hand and take it from one place to another, okay, carry something. For instance, carry a bag, to take a bag with you, okay, carry some books, to take some books with you somewhere, okay, so we call that carry. You already know that. So let's go. How about on? There's a particle here. So carry on. Here, carry on means continue, okay? To continue doing something. So continue doing something or carry on, okay? So that's the case. Let's see. Carry on. If you want to use carry on in our sentence, there's a kind of example here. You can see what there's a grammatical point after carry on. Let's go. So here it says, she carried on. She carried on. It means she continued. Okay? So she carried on or she continued watching TV. So she carried on or continued watching TV. Let's see. Watch, okay? Here, there is the verb, okay? We need to put a verb here in order to show the activity. However, in order to show the activity, and because our main verb is carry on, we need to change the form of that into ing form or gerund. Remember that. After carry on, if you want to mention an activity, you need to put an ing, okay, in order to make it seem like a gerund. That's it. She carried on watching TV. Okay, so there are some synonymous phrasal verbs as well for carry on. You might have heard that. Go on. Go on again means continue, okay? So, or keep on. These are two phrasal verbs that have the same meaning as carry on. Okay, so what was the first phrasal verb? Do you remember that? Eat out. Okay, eat out means to eat at a restaurant. And how about carry on? Carry on means to continue. So try to just make your speaking better, improve your speaking by using these phrasal verbs. Let's go to the third one. So the next phrasal verb is give up. Okay, the meaning of give. For instance, you have a pen and I want that pen. I say, please give it to me. Okay, give someone something. Let's see here, but there is up. Give up. Give up. Now, give up means to quit. To quit, okay? So, quit means to stop doing something, okay? Not to do something anymore. So, we call that quit or give up. Give up or quit. So let's go to our example. You'd better. Okay, you'd better means you should. Okay, so you'd better or you should. You'd better give up. It means quit or stop doing something. Okay, you'd better give up smoking. So you'd better give up smoking. There's a point here. After give up, again, you need a gerund form like carry on. So smoke changes into smoking. An activity that we want to put after this verb is in the form of gerund. So you'd better give up smoking or you'd better overeating. Overeating means eating too much. So that's the case. Give up doing something. There's a point. This phrasal verb is separable, okay? You can say, you'd better give smoking up. So you can bring the object between these two parts, between give and up. Or you'd better give it up. So this is an example of a separable phrasal verb. Give up means to quit, okay? So do you remember those two phrasal verbs? One of them was eat out, to eat at a restaurant. Another was carry on. Carry on means to continue. And this one is give up. Give up means to quit, to stop doing something. Somehow, this is the opposite of carry on. Okay, so carry on doing something and give up doing something. Carry on, to continue doing something. Give up doing something means quit, okay, to quit. That's it. So let's go to the next one. The next phrasal verb is take up. Take up. Okay, so you already know the meaning of take. Take something. It means to get something. Take. And here, take up. So the meaning totally changes. You know that it's in the nature of the phrasal verbs. If you add a particle to a verb, sometimes the meaning totally changes, okay? So here, take doesn't mean to get something, okay? So it means, take up means to start an activity, okay? To start an activity. This activity can be a sport, okay, a hobby, or a course. So to start an activity is called take up or take up, we said. So let's go. If you want to learn something new, you need to start it. You need to take that activity up, okay, or take up that activity. So it can be a separable phrasal verb. Let's see. There is an example here, okay? It says that I've means I have, present perfect. I've taken up French so far. So, I've taken up French so far. It means recently I started, okay, I've started French course, okay, French class. Let's see. I've taken up French so far. So instead of this sentence, I go to French class, it's better to say I've taken up French, okay? So it shows that you started an activity. Therefore, this sentence is better in order to say that, or just saying I've started French course. Again, this is very simple and it seems a little bit unnatural. However, this phrasal verb is really natural and we can just understand that you started an activity. Let's go. Here, she should take up something dynamic. Dynamic means full of energy. It means we think that it would be better for her to take up an energetic activity or to start an energetic activity full of energy. So she should take up something dynamic. We are referring to the hobbies, okay? So here the hobbies are important and a matter of interest. Let's see. She should take up something dynamic like dancing. So she should take up something dynamic like dancing. Or you can say she should take up dance classes. Okay, that's again possible. Or for sports, you can say she should take up basketball course or basketball. To start an activity means to take up. So that's one of our phrasal verbs. Now, what were the other ones? Eat out means to eat at a restaurant. Carry on means to continue. Okay, how about quit? What was the phrasal verb for quit? To give up. To give up means to quit. And right now, take up means to start an activity. Take up a course or take up a class, sport, hobby, whatever. So let's go to the next one. So we learned 4 very important phrasal verbs which are really practical in speaking English. So try to use them, try to replace your simple vocabulary with the phrasal verbs and make your sentences seem more natural. And see you next session.